Suns need a three. It's Nash going through, and we are tied up. Steve Nash.
I knew he was a fine player, but had no idea that he was going to be as good as he was. But as the years progressed, you began to see it in him. Just an unusual player, tremendous skills. You know, we were in the league before he was at Santa Clara with John Stockton, who had a lot of similar abilities. And Steve was what I would call one of the most unique human beings I've ever been around as a passer and a shooter. He was one of the best ever.
Arizona's got a chance. Stoudemire. No. Tipped out. Santa Clara wins.
Folks, you have just witnessed one of the most stunning upsets in the history of the NCAA basketball tournament. Cinderella has arrived.
Beating Arizona kind of put us on the map a little bit at that point. We continued to play while he was there. In 3 of the 4 years he was there, we were in the NC2A tournament. And it also kept me in my job for a lot longer, having had him in the program. So that was the jumping off point, and from there we had some real fine years. Steve might have been able, and I can't say this for sure, but might have been able to be a pro in 4 different sports. You know, ice hockey, soccer, baseball when he was younger, from what I've heard from his high school coaches, and basketball. So he was instinctively just a really fine player and had tremendous abilities. But his ability to get other people in the program to play at a higher level, if I were to say anything about what he did for our program at Santa Clara, it was getting other players to play at a higher level. Coaching him was as easy as it's ever been for me. You know, he became the coach on the floor. You'd like to take a lot of credit. We had a good staff. My assistant coach, Steve Ciandello, had a lot to do with Steve's development. And, you know, he was really easy to work with. And he was so deranged about the game, he affected the other people on the team. The other players got more and more involved and spent more and more time trying to refine their skills. And it really upgraded our program a great degree. Steve was a gift for me. I was very, very lucky. Steve and I used to kid about the fact that he would throw passes with one hand, and I used to get on him all the time about, hey, make the two-handed pass. I'm kind of old school, not the one-handed pass. And he sat me down and said years afterwards when we were happened to be visiting, Coach, it takes me 0.3 of a second less to make the one-handed pass than it does the two-handed pass, and it gives the player 0.3 of a second longer to shoot the shot. So he convinced me that I was wrong all along. I mean, you know, he was so unique as a player.